On my airline here, I've got a little brass fitting, and it needs a little cleanup. Got some corrosion. I don't know where it's been for so long, but anyway, I'm going to do that on my little wire brush. And I'm going to show you a trick here. It's kind of out of our build area, but if you're like most fellas in your shop, you start to accumulate so much stuff, and you just run out of space. So rather than have two stations, one for my grinder and cutting wheel, and one for my polisher and my wire wheel, I built them into one station. So I just have a wooden base for this one, and then I put a piano hinge along the front here on this, and when I need my wire brush, I just lift it into place. I've got a wooden block underneath that locks it into place. There we go. Two tools in one area. When I'm finished with her, down out of the way so I can get at my grinding wheel, and I'm not walking into it. Okay, we're at the plumbing stage. Now this is always the toughest part because you can't really show somebody how to plumb an airbag. Depends on what the fittings they have. Okay, here's what I did. I teed in my blowgun. The blowgun is a threaded end that I took off, and I threaded my gas fitting T in here, which happens to be the same thread. And on the other end, went through all my junk, found myself a little valve, push button valve for relief. And of course, if I want to relieve it quickly, I can just remove the air hose and press the air relief valve. Now on the other end, on the top, I have a 90-degree air fitting. They're all compression fittings, so that seals this nylon tubing I got here. Again, you'll have to scrounge and look for this stuff. But I'm just making use of all the stuff I have in my shop to put something together. So let's see if this works. Plug in the air. And it doesn't need much, I don't think, but give her a try here. Lock her in place. There we go. That should give us substantial lift. Now I can bleed it off very slowly without having to take the airline off with my little valve here. It's going down very slowly. You probably can't see it. Or if I remove the airline, if I'm finished my project and want to bring it down a little quicker, now I can just release it quickly. Alright. Now here we have our assembly airbag on top of our floor jack, and this allows us to run it underneath the vehicle to the axle or whatever. But problems arise on a car is much lower to the ground than my pickup truck, and there's some things that are a lot lower that you want to lift up. So in this particular case, this doesn't work. It's too high. It would work fine on my pickup, but not on my car. So I'll show you what I've made to allow me to use this on pretty near any vehicle. Now what I did here is I made a 2x6 block. I've got a little handle mounted on here so I can drag it around. And this is going to be in my new base for my airbag, which is a lot lower, to reinforce that hole in the wooden block, which is going to take some strain with a jack. I made a piece of plate. It's full of holes because, again, it's out of my junk bin. And I welded a piece of pipe onto it, and that fits the jack. And we'll show you here how it goes together. Okay, we've got our lowrider base for doing lower vehicles completed. Got my 2x6 with my draw handle, my pull handle. I've got a steel base plate for the jack to fit onto, and a piece of pipe inside to help it. Now this, on our air jack, here we have our base plate And that fits nicely into the 2x6. And we're going to give it a try here and see if it works. This is the first try. I haven't even tried this yet. So let's hope it works. Alright. Here we go. Well, look at that. I also installed on this end here a bicycle fitting and a valve extension so I can control the microcontroller. So we'll see how that works. There we are. Wheels on the ground. And go back up. And if you want to bring it down quickly, simply disconnect the air, use the air blowgun. There you have it. My goodness, works like a charm. Okay, here's the ultimate test. Here's my 1991 Dodge Cummins Turbo Diesel. She's put away for the winter, but I'm going to try this new jack and see if it'll lift it. Just takes the hydraulic jack to lift the front end of this truck with that heavy diesel engine, so we'll set up and give it a try. Okay, we're set up here underneath the axle, and we'll give it a try. No, she won't do it. Just won't lift the weight of this front end of the truck with this diesel engine. I'm sure it'll work on the back axle without any problem. Alright. Got something that'll work with the car and many other projects, though. Done deal. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this project as much as I have. Although it doesn't lift the front end of the truck, it'll have many more uses around the shop, and by and large it didn't cost me a nickel. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again in Mr. Fix's Corner on the Handyman's Haven Workshop. It's at raywhite.ca. RAYWHYTE.ca. Enjoy.